Welcome back, everybody. This is the thejonnymar, and I am going back into Raccoon City for one last time as we take on the B scenario of Leon in Resident Evil 2, which is the canon scenario of the B scenario. It is the final thing that we have to do in this game in order to finish things up, assuming as I am not going to be doing all of the extra content in terms of hunk or tofu, etc. So we are going to have a little bit of a different intro. I will shut up, of course, and allow you all to watch that, and I'll meet you back here in a little bit.
In the midst of the T-virus outbreak in Raccoon City, Claire Redfield succeeded in escaping from the city, along with one of the only other survivors, a young girl named Sherry. However, behind their escape was the lone survivor of the Raccoon City Police Department, Leon S. Kennedy.
What have we got here?
That guy's a maniac. Why'd he bite me?
What could have done this? What was that? What are these things? All right, that's far enough. Don't move! Don't move. No! What's up with that guy? That was a clean hit. I'm running out of ammo here.
Wait! Don't shoot!
Get down! We can't stay out here. Head to the police station. It'll be a lot safer. There! Buckle up.
Okay. What's going on? I arrived in town, and the whole place went insane.
The radio's out.
You're a cop, right?
Yeah, first day on the job. Great, huh? Name's Leon Kennedy. Nice to meet you.
Mine's Claire. Claire Redfield. I came to find my brother, Chris.
Hey, could you open the glove box?
Sure. There's a gun inside.
Better take it with you.
Still still in one piece.
That maniac's gonna win us! Run! Claire!
Leon!
I'm okay. Head to the station. I'll meet you there.
Okay.
Good thing we buckled up, huh? One of my favorite moments of that intro is the fact that Leon doesn't know exactly what's going on, but he has no problem shooting that zombie in the head that's on the ground by his feet when it tries to move. And we are thrust right into it, of course, in this game. Zombies all around. All we have is our gun with 18 bullets. We do have a little bit more in it than Claire starts with. And then, of course, we have the very useful knife that I will never be using. In fact, I'll be putting it into an item chest as soon as I can. And Leon's special item that he starts with is not the lockpick, but it is a lighter, which is used in a couple of different puzzles. So we're going to do some dodging here to avoid some of these zombies so that we don't have to use up any of our very limited ammo. We actually need all 18 rounds, or most of it anyway, for a particular event coming up here that I want to do. So the first zombies are not too difficult to avoid. Just run past them. Give them a second or two to move a little bit, to shamble around so that they get out of your way. And then we have to head through this area that Claire did not see in her A scenario in order to pick up a cabin key that we need to access the police department. So yeah, very good that they buckled up. And, you know, I mentioned this when I was doing the Claire A and Leon B scenario. It's pretty cool that basically they make the car turn the direction that is relevant in terms of who starts on the right side of the car and left, depending on whether you're doing the Claire A or the Leon A scenario version of the game. Now there are a lot of items that we can pick up on the way to the police station. I guess we are technically in the police station now. I am not going to be picking up those items. So there are some ink ribbons here, and there are also some bullets for your handgun. The reason I'm not picking them up is because, like in the Claire A scenario, I want to get the special costume key that you can get by not picking up any items before you get to the courtyard of the police station. So we did secure that key in the A scenario of Claire. So now we're going to do that as well with Leon in the B scenario, so we can try out one of his alternate uniforms that he can wear. So again, we're going to conserve ammo by running around all of these zombies, and this woman zombie is going to get stuck on these steps, which is of course where we need to go. So we're going to have to try to sneak behind her without... oh man, without her getting us, and she did lunge at us there.
Hey! Get over here! Hurry! I can't set her down. I'll drop you a rope ladder. Grab onto it. Come on. Just a little more. Get off me! Stay back! Don't come any closer! Stay back!
Well, that helicopter pilot is sure no Mike from Resident Evil 4. And I always thought it was interesting that that guy has a machine gun and he can't take down a simple zombie. Now, you can get machine guns in this game, obviously, and they go down pretty quick when you have a machine gun. But we are now officially into the police station. Again, I am not going to pick up that green herb over there. We're going to run by all of these crows that are feasting on this poor police officer because we do not want to pick up items yet. There are some bullets in that corpse that we just passed, but we will come back and get those in a little bit. And in this room, we have liquors that we are not going to deal with at all yet because we do not have to. So now we are into our first save room. We get the wonderful, very calming save music. There are some ink ribbons, there are some bullets, and then there's also a small key there on the couch. Now again, we're gonna dodge all that. We're not gonna pick it up yet because we do want to get the special key. So in order to activate the special key and the spawn that we actually need to get that special key, we need to, of course, not pick up any items, and we need to head directly out to the courtyard. So if you were playing this game and you were not getting the special key, you would not have to come to this area. You could actually avoid all of this if you wanted to, although it would be recommended just to grab what's at the bottom of the steps here, which is actually the shotgun, so that you can deal with those liquors that were in that previous room a little bit better. And that is the shotgun right there on the counter. But otherwise, you would not go out to the courtyard. The only thing that's in the courtyard if you're not getting the special key is an herb, a green herb actually. But because we are doing this in order to get the special key, it will spawn Brad Vickers, the pilot from the first game. And so Brad is someone that we will be learning a little bit more about in Resident Evil 3 when we get to that a little bit later this year. Since he has spawned, because we came out here without picking up any items, we can grab that green herb in the planter, and then we are going to try to take him out with the 18 bullets that we have. Now Brad is a super zombie, so he does take around 15 to 18 bullets to kill, so it is usually pretty close to actually killing him. If we cannot beat him with our bullets, we're going to have to pull out our knife and hope that that's enough. Did we get him? Yes, there's the blood, with 1 bullet to spare. Woo, that was close. And we get the special key, so that'll allow us to access a locker in the dark room save room, just like it did in Claire's Ace scenario, that we can get some alternate uniforms for Leon. And one of the things I have to decide is which uniform I want to wear in this playthrough. He does have 2 different uniforms. One is kind of a biker jacket, and the other is a weird hat and tank top combo, or wife beater combo. So if you have a preference, please post in the comments. I tend to go with the jacket, just because it's most similar to his Resident Evil 4 outfit, although not really at all. It is a little bit closer. So that's usually the one I go with, but if we have an excessive amount of people who want me to actually wear the cap and wife beater combo, then I will consider it. So we picked up the shotgun, of course, and also some ink ribbons there. We're going to do some backtracking because what we actually need is the blue key card to access some of these rooms down here. In order to get that, we have to head backwards, and we have to put out that fire that is actually where the helicopter went down. And to do that, we need the valve handle. So to get the valve handle, we have to head all the way downstairs, actually, to the police offices with the safe. And to do that, we need to, of course, head down the stairs that go outside of the building. So that will require quite a bit of backtracking. We're going to pick up all these items first. I will speed through the secretary memo. I did access all of these memos and diaries and things like that in Claire's Ace scenario. I'll leave a little bit of time if you're interested in rereading them. You can pause the video to do that. But since we did go through them all in the previous playthrough of Claire, I don't feel like I need to leave a ton of time for that. And then, of course, what I'm going to do after that is once we pick up all these items, I'm going to head over to the item chest and we will do our first item management, because we do have a lot of items to pick up now that we can do so, and I need a lot of inventory space because, as you can see, I am completely full. So there we have small keys. We do not have a lockpick, so we need those to access certain drawers and doors. And of course we have our shotgun as well. So that will be coming in great use in a little while when we take on those liquors. So I'll meet you back here in a little bit after my item management. Alright, so we are ready to go. I dropped pretty much everything in the box except my handgun and some bullets, and that is because I need all of that space to pick up some items. So we're going to dodge, of course, these lickers again. If you walk instead of run in this room, as is the case with lickers in this game, they won't aggro immediately. It'll actually give you a little bit of time to get away from them. So we're going to run all the way down this corridor again. We're not going to head to the left because we don't want to deal with those crows yet. Instead, we're going to unlock this door. We're going to hear the sort of weird cries of zombies in the distance. And we're going to head downstairs while also picking up some green herbs. Now, this is the last time we're going to be heading into this version of Raccoon City. But I am very excited about the recent announcement by Capcom that they're actually going to do a remake of this game after many, many years of fans sort of wanting that. And so it'll be very interesting to see how they do that. I would assume it'll be done in the same way as the remake of the original game. So it'll follow basically a very similar story and also a very similar style, but it will be changed in a lot of ways as well, like Resident Evil Remake. So it'll be very fun to see how they change this game, what improvements they make, and etc. Because this is my favorite game in the series, and I would love to play kind of a modernized version of it. Of course, that is probably not anywhere near being finished, because they have just announced that they are going to do it. So it'll take probably a couple years for that to actually come around. So depending on when you are watching this video, if you're watching it right at release, we have a few more years to go. But maybe if you're watching this some years down the line, that has actually been released already, in which case, cool, you get to play a pretty awesome game, I'm gonna guess. Unless they totally mess it up, which I doubt. Resident Evil Remake is pretty cool, so I think they'll do a good job with the Resident Evil 2 Remake. So now that we have the valve handle, we are going to head back out by the helicopter fire, and we're going to use the valve handle on this water tank in order to put out the fire. And that'll allow us to access a room that's actually behind where those lickers were running around. And that is where we will actually get the blue keycard. And of course, the second reason we're doing this, kind of a side reason, I guess, is that there are, for some reason, some shotgun shells in the cabin of the helicopter. And we do need some extra shells because we need the shotgun for some bigger enemies. So I, of course, will be grabbing those. And now we are going to be introduced to the B scenario special, which we're going to have to deal with from now on. So yeah, I really don't want to head in here. We have to though, so they're going to make me do it. And they're of course going to make it even more ominous by once I move forward, the entire ceiling is going to collapse, thus preventing me from going backwards. Now I'm going to grab this green herb because basically we are going to get a very up close look at Mr. X, which is the thing that just came through the roof in that cutscene. So this is a Nemesis-like character. I'm going to take the hit there and then run past him. I have not been able to figure out how to get past him this first time without taking a hit, so I figure it's just worth getting hit. We're also going to grab those bullets there from the corpse, and then we will continue onward, and that is actually it for this episode. We will continue next time by getting the blue key card and continuing onward in the police station as we do Leon's B scenario.